welcome to the HPTV podcast, quiz number 2, covering Goblet of Fire and The Order of the Phoenix. But while we wait on our dear quiz hosts, are you
my
watching
phone went off.
TikToks while we're
No,
recording a podcast?
I hit the wrong
Jamie?
button.
These are your
I'm
co-hosts,
not watching TikTok.
Jamie and Steven. But this week we did kind of get some confirmation of a Hagrid that was heavily fan casted, rumored. Like, no one's mad about this. I don't think, anyway. He's kind of short, but we'll see what movie magic does.
No
But
one's actually a half giant, Mitchell. So.
Have you seen the Andre the Giant documentary? Because he
Okay, yes.
could have been.
Well,
no, he's only like 7 foot. That's the thing. I remember they described Hagrid's hand as the size of like a trash bin, rubbish bin lid, trash can lid. I don't know. Anyway, he's a big man. So what do you guys think about this? Do you have any fond Nick Frost memories, thoughts?
I fan casted him before I even knew that other people are fan casting him. So I'm pretty proud of myself there. I think it's a really good fit. I really like him. I like all those movies with him and Simon Pegg. I love Shaun of the Dead, but I really like the television show Spaced. Me and my friends used to watch that in college. Obviously, it was off the air by that point, but I just love him. I think he's really funny.
I was going to say, when did you go to college again? Because
1990. Just kidding. I don't even know when that show was out. I did go to college a long time ago now, though.
It's true. No, it's good. I didn't, honestly, I didn't recognize the name Nick Frost when you guys first brought him up, Jamie. And so, fail on my part. But when I did look him up, there's a lot of stuff that he's in that I have enjoyed. And so I'm excited. It was one of those, again, where I think that there's a lot of people who could do it. I don't know that Hagrid gets that much screen time. Hopefully he does this time around. But I remember certain movies were like, we didn't see Hagrid at all. And so I think that'll be really cool. But I'm excited. I think he'll have a good, from just knowing his resume. I'm really counting on him being pretty hilarious. I think there's some good comedic timing, and there's some really good Hagrid moments for that. So I think it'll be awesome.
There's a gem of a movie that he's in called Fighting with My Family, which is about a British girl from Norwich who's a wrestler and makes it to the WWE. That's not really a spoiler. It's in the trailer. It's him and Florence Pugh in a very random role before she really blew up. She'd already been in some big stuff, but she really blew up after this. And you don't have to care about wrestling or like wrestling. You can think it's the dumbest thing in the world. And it is so funny and also heartwarming. And it really is like a family movie. And he plays this very gruff. Anyway, he does a very good job at it. And so that's my Nick Frost gem. If you want to believe that he could do something maybe then like the silly stuff that he does in the Cornetto trilogy. It looks like Isaac's ready to come on. So if one of you wants to respond in the chat and just tell him to pop in. Oh, here he is. But I do have to go on a quick rant about the Cursed Child.
Okay, Mitchell. Cursed Childess.
Look, I saw the Cursed Child for the second time on Saturday, for the first time in 3 years. And when I read the Cursed Child script, I was very angry, and I felt it was bad fan fiction, and in some ways it is. But there are some redeeming qualities. I do enjoy watching it, and I would like to say that it has some things that are a good pathway forward for the TV show. Not to do what Cursed Child did, but they has a different interpretation of some small elements, like the design of the crest, that sort of thing, where it's just a little bit off. It's a little different way to do production design. But amazing things about that show. First of all, the music. It is magical, and it is intense, and it's full of whooshes and exciting effects. It's so well done. The transitions, if you're a bit of a theater nerd, the way they choose to do the transitions is blunt, but it's very specific to this show and very wizard magical. But yeah, the production design is different, but at the same time, it still very much feels like Hogwarts. I was like, oh, it doesn't have any of the music from the movies, and yet it really automatically evokes this magical feeling. And that's what the TV show has to do. It has to just move a couple degrees away from what the other movies did. Ron is good in it. The magic actually on stage and how they execute it is amazing. And I saw the full version. It's been cut down for New York to a one show, but here it is 2 full plays. So you spend your whole day going. We went to Slim Chickens in between, which I know you guys enjoy. But yeah, look. Spoilers if you've never seen it. The primary issue is that Voldemort would have never had a child. He would have never wanted someone to succeed him, a rival. He planned on living forever. Some people are out of character, and by employing time turners again and time travel as a key plot device, it cheapens it. And also there's a Deus Ex Machina second time turner that shows up late in the show, which I kind of forgot about. So there's lots of issues with it, but I think you guys would like it if you saw it in person. It is really cool the way they do stuff. I think the Harry and the Hermione can be all right. The only thing is they get into Hermione's office using Alohomora. Why would the Minister of Magic have Alohomora locking her office and her bookcase? They just have to solve riddles, which is cool for the stage, but you would never protect a precious thing like, well, I guess if they protected the Sorcerer's Stone with the teacher task, they can protect a time turner with riddles. Anyway, there's another prophecy.
That's the thing. Hermione went through that. She experienced that. So she knows she has to take it to the next level to lock stuff up. Not make it easier with Alohomora and crap. Come on.
Yeah.
That's out of character for Hermione.
This one, I kind of bought the Harry being a bad dad in some ways, but it just escalates too much to an unbelievable point. The two main characters are not, they like a big plot point is they're both in Slytherin. They don't come off as like, there's nothing that associates them with that house whatsoever. I did like the trolley witch turning into a monster. I was like, that's kind of a weird thing that I'm like, yeah, why not in the story? Anyway, when you're actually watching it, it is a really enjoyable time and it's plotted out quite well. I just think there are a couple of cheap devices that come off as fan fiction and the characters just don't quite fit in right. I was also thinking if the actors hadn't fallen out with J.K. Rowling in 5 years, they could have restaged the musical, or it's not a musical, the play with the original actors, because Harry, Ginny, Ron, Hermione, and Draco are very big parts of it. And I would have liked to see those actors do it. I'm done with my rant, but like, I kind of want to see the New York version one day. Yeah, I enjoy watching it, even though I feel like it's blasphemous. And I just want Joe to say that it's not canon. That's all. She's like, you know what? This was an idea. It was an idea, and it has some good ideas. Again, the production design is amazing. It was like the perfect way to convert a Hogwarts story to the stage. They just ruined elements of the story by doing so.
I want to see it. I do want to see it at one point. I hope I can see the whole thing one day. So I'd probably have to go to London at this point. But
there's a couch. Look, you can even see it in right there. Just forgot your name.
Be a baby on that.
I have a guest bedroom now.
That's the baby's. Just kidding. But Harry's attitude just frustrates me so much in the script. What do you call that? Screenplay. I don't mind him being a bad dad. To be honest, Harry probably doesn't know how to raise kids. He wasn't actually raised by anyone. But the fact that his whole childhood or his whole throughout the books, it's learning that people are complicated and that good and evil, there's good and bad in all of us. And then he is so pissed his child's a Slytherin. I cannot take it. It just makes me so mad. Maybe he wouldn't know how to handle, but then why'd you name your other kid after Snape? I don't know.
Which it also tries to almost fill that in and make it, they use that as very much as a plot point. And I'm like, you know what? Also, it has changed from the original script just a little bit. There's some significant departures. In the original, both of the boys have crushes on girls, but because they had this really tight friendship, some people were interpreting it as oh, are you queer baiting? Are you making it seem like, why are you letting them seem like they should be together and them clearly making them both hetero? So it's been rewritten more explicitly in the one play, but this one's been written so that it's really left open that they're probably in love. But that's just one. There are a few other subtle little changes along the way that they've done. And so I also have a rewrite plan in my head to make it less blasphemous if they ever want to adapt it, but I don't want them to. It's like how I like the sequel to the Star Wars movies, but I kind of wish that the EU future of Mara Jade and Luke and Leia's kids was the version from the books and not the version from the movies, which I really like Force Awakens. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to stop.
I also just want to put out there the image that comes to mind about Voldemort and Bellatrix doing it is not something I want in my brain. That's all I've got to say. I don't think she brushed her teeth for 20 years. So, and he has a snake face. So,
and maybe he has a snake penis. We don't know.
It's never stopped anyone.
I was going to say,
before.
I think Mom listens to this podcast.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry,
I don't know. I actually don't know.
No, I think of it because it's kind of cool. I mean, I've read the screenplay, I haven't actually seen it, but I do remember the second you get to the trolley witch turning into a monster or whatever, I was like, oh, okay, so this is fan fiction. This is down that road. We jumped the shark early. And but I thought it was cool because with the time travel, it becomes kind of this greatest hits almost, where you hit on key moments from which is fun, but it almost reminds me of I don't know, like a follow-up TV series to a movie or something, or even like the rides, because I don't know that they count the rides like Forbidden Journey and Green Gots as canon, right? Like the things that happen in those rides aren't necessarily part of the story officially, even though they already get the actors and everything. So I kind of think along that side, it's a fun way to kind of explore what if stuff, but like it doesn't fit with everything else, and like it can't. Like the things that the Pandora's boxes that it opens, and there's several of them, just screw everything else up. So we have to ignore it. And
Well,
it's not
and
canon.
if you've seen What If, if you're a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and you watch the What If cartoon, it is kind of like that, because they also do it because of one of the Time Turner twist backs. They do one where Voldemort won the war, and that was interesting. They only explore it to a certain degree, but I was kind of like, it's not the worst thing. It's like there's a movie called Man in the High Castle where they explore if the Axis forces had won World War II. And so it's not that there's not things worthy of exploring within it, and there's nothing good about it, but it was frustrating. I wonder if they would have gotten less blowback if they wouldn't have released the script as a book. But one, they made a bunch of money on it. Two, the show has been running in 3 countries for a long time, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down. So I think, in the end, they made the money that they want to make despite everything in the way, which kind of gives me hope for the TV series. I hope they do take a couple notes of, here was their take on robes. It's really simple little things. Just like Hogwarts Legacy, although it's a little bit more direct, 1 degree different in some design stuff. Okay, let's move on to the quiz. I'm going to hand things over to Isaac, and he can tell us how dumb we are. Steven's been practicing. I'm very intimidated right now.
I haven't even looked at the
I'm the
books
only
or
one without a
anything.
whiteboard. All right, here we go.
Okay, let's
Welcome.
dig in. I would just like to say, as a Star Wars fan, it's really the James Franco meme of the noose when you guys talk about the lead character being ruined the first time, huh? So there you go. There you go. All right, so quiz for Goblet of Fire and Order of the Phoenix. I have 21 questions. So here we go. What exact phrase does Dumbledore use when asking Harry if he put his name in the Goblet of Fire? In the book.
In the book.
I was include shaking him, but no. Okay.
I was going to put in the sentence from the film, but all without any punctuation and coverage.
Excuse my handwriting.
Mine too. Sorry about this idea, I guess.
I honestly,
I don't think the whiteboard was the right idea here. I wish I would have known. I would have made them more simple answers on some of these.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
We have to deal with
I
it.
like that there's nuance, because someone could be off by a word. I could be off by 7 words.
I know I'm off, but yeah.
5 seconds.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Are you guys just going to show them, or are you going to read them and show?
We'll have to read them and show, because it's a podcast.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2.
So we're going in the order you said?
Yeah. We'll all show them at the same time, and then.
I'll see is mine. Is it backwards though? You dumb.
You do. I
Why
can't,
you
Mitchell.
dumb?
You're too close.
I wrote, why you dumb? Because I
Okay.
didn't know the answer. It seemed nice.
It is. Did you put your name into the Goblet of Fire, Harry? So Jamie got it right,
Oh.
I would say. She
I
missed the
did Harry.
Harry.
But Steven
Wow,
had the
I
Harry.
put my Harry at the beginning.
But Steven didn't
and then I
have
added the
in
second
the-
part, which was, did you have another student? You're right. I didn't.
Or you
It's
didn't have
okay.
in
Jamie
two.
can have it. No,
Yes,
I
and
just
he's-
put in the.
And he said it calmly.
Wait, he said
Yeah,
calmly.
did.
That's the
He
key
did say
part
calmly.
I thought you were looking for. See, I thought I was like, it must be more
Calmly.
different from the book than I'm thinking, but no, I was
No.
wrong. That's disappointing.
All right.
Wait,
Why
so
you dumb?
you
That's
guys
what they
can
need to
both
use
get
in
a
the
point. I
series. Still,
think
but why you dumb?
they can both get a point, yeah? Are we happy with that?
Well,
I'm for
no,
getting the point.
Steven
Let's
was
do it.
not that
Get a point.
close. He just got the Harry
Okay,
part.
Stevens wasn't that close. Oh, okay.
You don't get to decide the points, Mitchell. How dare you?
I was asking. I was bringing it to the table.
That's it. Just
Are
for
you
that, I'm
keeping
taking
score,
away
Isaac, or
points
should I
from
keep
Mitchell.
score?
-1.
Oh, yeah. Someone does need to keep score.
I can keep the
I'm gonna keep.
This isn't
I'm just
whose line
kidding.
is it anyway?
Steven, you're keeping score?
Yeah, I'll keep score.
Yeah, I get to deduct points if you're being sassy.
Well, Steven's keeping
Jamie
scores.
has 1.
All right. Question number 2. What does Victor Crumb self-transfigure into in the Goblet of Fire? 5 seconds.
I'm overthinking all of these.
This is a one-word answer.
Now you're making me concerned. I didn't think about this one enough. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Okay,
Ready?
read your answers too. Go.
Shark.
Steven?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
half shark, though, 'cause
anything.
the bottom half is still a person.
Oh, come on. He's
Yeah.
trying to turn himself into a shark.
I
A
said half
shark is the correct
front-
answer. I
front
didn't say
half.
partial self, but yes.
We all get a point, but I like my front half.
All right. Next question, and I guess we'll call it a 2-pointer in one question. In the book and the film, in each one, that's kind of a clue. Where does Wormtail trap Harry in the graveyard? Let me say it again. In the book and film, where does Wormtail trap Harry in Tom Riddle Sr.'s graveyard, or the Riddle graveyard? Give you a little more time with this. Eyes are up, so I'm assuming you're ready. Okay. Are you guys going to read
it?
them?
It was 2 points because it was different. So mine says in the movie, he like binds him to a statue, the arms are around him. And then in the book, I thought it was to or a grave, but maybe they're the same.
Tied to Tom Riddle Sr.'s headstone.
Okay.
Yeah, he was tied to the headstone, tombstone. But maybe in the movie, was that statue part of the headstone? I guess I never looked that close exactly.
Yeah, it's the Angel of Death headstone.
So we all get it?
In the movie. Yes, in the movie it's the Angel of Death, and then in the book it's like the cords, the conjured cords. That's what I have written down.
Okay.
That's what the
I think
Google's
we all
told
get
me.
one then.
We each
Yes.
get one.
Not really what I put mine in.
Mitchell got half. Steven, I got half.
So
Well, it was a 2-pointer, so I think we
one
all
for
got one of the
everyone,
2
yeah.
points. We'll call it.
Yep.
I
All
haven't
right.
read this book in a minute. This was a mistake.
How does Hermione discover that Rita Skeeter is an unregistered animagus? 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 Anonymous?
Animagus.
Everyone
Animagus.
says it different. How does she discover?
This one's a little tricky, too, but I'm not going to write all of it.
Should we edit out these silences?
Maybe
to
the
make it sound
question is
smarter?
phrased a little weird. We'll see by your answers. Maybe it should be, what does she do when she discovers?
Oh, I kind of have that too.
That's-
That's good.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
a better
several
way to
things
say it.
written
The
down.
question was
Okay,
phrased
alright.
different, weird, but it should be what. What does she do? Because the what and the how is kind of the same.
Oh.
All right, Jay, do you want to just read yours first? Tell us your thinking first.
I said she captures her on the window in divination and puts her in a jar.
Yeah,
But
but she sees beetles everywhere, but she catches her. That's how she ultimately is able to make sure. That
I
it's
put
real.
catches in jar, and then I pointed out she remembered her from being in her hair in the second task, and then Malfoy talking into his hand. So
That's what I
Good
originally had.
notice.
I had like in the hair and
Yep. She traps her in a
She went
jar
everywhere.
when she's in beetle form, is the key elements.
All right, Jamie's still in the lead. Me and Mitchell have 3. Jamie has 4.
All right.
Correct.
What are the types of dragons used to guard the golden egg in the first task of the Tri-Wizard tournament?
One of them, is it worth 4 points?
Obviously, you guys are not dragon people. Come on now.
I have all the dragons from Fourth Wing in my head. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe you can all combine to get them together.
No, I've got them. I'm taking
No,
the
no,
points
I'm
here.
not sharing.
Is it 4 points or is it just 1 point?
It's classic.
Let's give you guys a point for each one.
Can I get a bonus point for naming the other dragon breed that we know of? I'm really up on my dragon
Sure.
breeds, apparently.
Because you're a dragon guy, Mitchell. I know you got a couple of dragon shirts in your closet, specifically the one with a collar.
Well, the important one is the giant dragon tattoo on my back. It's actually the same as Ben Affleck's. Did you guys know that he has a giant dragon tattoo on his back?
I saw it.
And he bagged Anna de Armas? What is wrong with the world?
All right,
Tell me when you're ready. This one's a little bit of a
I
long
maybe have
one.
swapped one of them for the one from book 2, but I can't. No. I got them. Okay.
I clearly circled
Okay.
one from book 1. But yes.
Okay. Jane, you ready?
Jay?
Sure.
Okay.
I put Chinese fireball, Hungarian horntail, the green guy, and Paulette.
Okay. 2 of 4.
Paulette. I also
That's
had
what you
the
got.
common Welsh green and the Swedish short snout.
That is correct. All 4.
Yeah, I had Fireball. I forgot the common Welsh green, but that's close enough, right? The Hungarian horntail, and then the Swedish short snout. I put Norwegian Ridgeback in there, but that one is not in the 4th book. I remember.
I think green guy is pretty close to Commonwealth. So do I get 2 points and they get 4?
Yeah, Jamie gets 2.
Okay.
Very proud of that one.
So then me and Mitchell now take the lead with 7 points each, and Jamie has 6. So still very close.
All right. What incantation does Amos Diggory use to reveal the dark mark at the Quidditch World Cup?
This is wrong, but I'm going to put it anyway.
This is a good question. This is a tough question, Isaac.
Yeah, this is good.
You said these were going to be easy. Just kidding.
Well, no,
It's fine.
these are about the level that I think you guys want and are at.
Yeah.
They're not too vague,
You're right.
but some can be a bit mischievous.
All right, you guys
I don't know.
That's a good word.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, wait. I thought I just remembered.
I
what
put
did.
Revelio. I
Me
don't know
too.
if that's right. Oh, Steven might be right.
Nope,
Can't remember
it
what's the right-
is most Mordred.
I thought that's how you cast the dark mark.
So I
Okay.
can't remember the
Well, maybe
spell you
I'm
used
wrong
to
on
make
that
it.
one.
Steven got it right.
All right, I'm going to take it. I'm in the lead now.
All right. Next question. What is the name of the wizard who first discovered the properties of gillyweed? It's pretty random.
That's a good one, though. That's a deep cut.
Wait, give me one more time. What was that?
What is the name of the wizard who first discovered the properties of gillyweed?
Oh, Neville would know.
The author of the book that he had?
Should we just go? No one
Any
has.
chance he named it after himself?
Oh.
That's what I wrote. Gilly.
I put Gilberton because he named it after himself. Gilly Weed. It's a weed.
I put
Nope.
your mom.
Okay. It was Alidor Snoop Dogg Kettridge. Eleanor
Snoop
Kettridge.
Dogg.
Alidora Kettridge. Deep cut. Okay.
All right, I'm going to take your word on that one. Sure this is canon? I don't know.
I think that is canon.
Yeah, that one I'm very sure is canon. All right. Next question. What spell does Barty Crouch, a.k.a. Mad-Eye Moody, demonstrate to the fourth year students that controls another person's actions?
I'm not 100% sure on my spelling here, but close enough.
Y'all ready? I put the
Imperio.
Imperious curse, but Imperio is the how you
That's the spell, yeah.
curse it.
How you curse it. The incantation.
The
Okay.
Everyone gets a point.
Everyone gets a point. Star
Wow.
point. Star question.
I did just check in the book, and Mr. Diggory does say Priori Incantato. So, not that I wanted to take your point away, Stephen, but I considered it.
I actually Googled it too, so it's okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's Googling the questions as he's getting them. All right.
Oh, great.
I Googled that one to check myself.
All right. What is the password to Dumbledore's office when Harry visits in the Goblet of Fire?
Oh, got it.
That's not the first time. What are those
Oh no,
things called?
I'm worried this is the wrong. I know what it is in book 1, but now I'm worried this is not right for book 4. But we'll see.
I have one, but I'm pretty sure it's wrong.
I think it was this at one point, but I don't know if it was in book 4.
Okay, ready? You might be right.
I put sherbet lemon, which I think is wrong. I think it's the first time.
I have cockroach.
Actually, the
busters.
correct answer is Sherbert Lemon.
Really?
Jamie got it right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jamie.
I thought that was lemon drops in book 1.
No, he's eating lemon drops at the end, right?
The only I can remember for
I
some
know it's
reason
sherbet
is
lemon.
book 7 where book 6 where Dumbledore sends him a letter, a note saying to come to his office and puts P.S. I enjoy, I think it's lemon drops. And then it's Cockroach Cluster at the end of book 5 when he really wants to go see him. He yells whatever to get in there and it works. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, Steve. Acid Pops was in Half-Blood Prince.
Oh, see.
I really thought lemon sherbet was the first one.
So the score as it stands, in case anyone wants to know,
I was
is
right.
Stephen with 9, and Jamie and Mitchell are tied with 8.
All right.
Steven.
What kind of wood is Cedric Diggory's wand made from?
Can't take that seriously after the wand joke. I don't.
About to lose my freaking lead, man.
Okay. Oh, I put cedar.
I put birch.
But you.
It is ash.
Damn.
Oh.
I'm glad we all picked different ones, but it's kind of funny none of us got the one.
Hey,
All
if
right.
you burn any of those types of wood, it turns into ash. I'm just saying.
For both the book and the movie, who gives Harry gillyweed for the second task?
Ooh. Is it 2-pointer then if we get both?
Yeah.
Ready, Mitch?
Oh, yes.
You look very pensive.
I'm still unsure about the password thing. I'm looking it up.
Book, Dobby.
Oh, yeah.
Film, Neville.
For
We
all
all
of
got
us.
them both.
Money.
Alrighty.
2
Run
points
out of
each.
space on my little score thingy.
Help me when everyone scores at the same time.
Okay, next question. What creature attacks Arthur Weasley while guarding the Department of Ministries?
Okay, you got it?
I just put
Like,
snake.
Did we ever learn what kind of snake Nagini is? I was just thinking that. I was like, should we be putting a specific kind of snake? I don't think we do. Just big.
Python?
Big snake.
A woman snake, apparently.
Yeah, that's a little weird too. That's,
Changes.
when we get into Fantastic Beast movies, we can talk about / complain about that.
All right. Next question. What does Dumbledore use to avoid being arrested by Cornelius Fudge?
This is book 5 now?
Yeah, the last one was book 5 too.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Sorry, we jumped to book 5.
I mean, I know, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I know what happens. I'm trying to figure out exactly what he does to make it happen.
I just put a. Oh, are you still going? I just put
No,
a stunning
yeah.
sleeping spell.
I said
He
Yeah.
knocks everyone out.
no, and then disappears. But is there like a spell or something that we're supposed to know?
Oh, I
He doesn't,
guess I
like,
should have
walk out, right?
specified book and movie, right? I guess. Because in the movie, he uses Fox,
Oh, yeah.
To-
Fox.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Phoenix,
he
to help him
does.
escape.
Yeah.
So, does he do that in the
True.
book, or is
I
that
was
just the
thinking
movie
book.
thing?
No, that's something actually about the book that they meant, or the movie that they should have had, because he knocks everyone out except for a few key people, explains to them what's going on, and then everyone wakes up as he leaves. So it's kind of.
Leave doesn't he like magic out or no? Or he just walks out
how
of
he
there?
leaves. He must use
Magic
a
out.
key or something.
We
Magic
don't know
out.
the answer.
Look that up, Jamie.
I just dropped her mind.
But at least in the books, he knocks everyone out. Me and Jamie are going to point. What did you put again, Mitchell?
I put a stunning sleeping spell because he knocks people out and puts them.
Yeah,
to
I
sleep.
mean, it was this. Yeah, but it was nonverbal, so I don't know if it was actually a stun, but I think it must have been. So we'll call it stun. That was my whole thing. I was putting.
Hey,
knocked
he gets a
everyone out, but I
point.
was like,
I
don't know
don't.
what's
You don't get to
better than
decide the points. I do.
All right,
I thought this
Captain.
was a-
I said knock
Everyone
people
got a
out,
point
Mitchell
there.
said stun them,
Everyone
make them
got a
sleep.
point there.
Okay.
This is a poorly written question.
See?
-1 for me.
Oh, we can start keeping your score down here.
All right. Where is the headquarters of the Order of Phoenix? The specific address. Correct spelling. No, just kidding. You don't have to correct spell.
Oh, jeez. My handwriting's getting worse and this page is kind of torn. But anyway,
Do you like a marker or anything, Mitchell, so it can just be a little darker on the paper?
it's a highlighter and it's all you're going to get.
It's a highlighter.
Get a dry erase board next time. All right.
No, you don't have to. Just kind of funny.
I'm gonna order one on Amazon and send it to your house.
I considered it and then I was like, but paper is free. 12 Grimald Place.
12 Grimald Place, London.
Gosh, you did tear the crap out of your paper.
I don't know.
Correct.
how
It
that
is London. Indeed.
Another quick one. What form does Luna Lovegood's Patronus take?
Luna's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's be specific.
Ooh, it's
Boy.
like on the tip of my tongue.
Specificity will matter here, I'm going to say, which is kind of a hint. But
I think I'm getting hers confused with Hermione's.
I did for a second.
Yeah,
but
my
then I
initial
remembered.
thought was the one that's actually Hermione's. I could
yeah.
not remember for the life of me. All right.
No.
It has to be specific.
Here's
in some
my
sort of
shot
way.
in the dark.
You'll understand if you get the answer right why I'm saying it's specific. It's kind of a clue.
Oh.
Okay.
Ready?
I put a brown rabbit. I put rabbit, and then you said specific, so I put a.
Is it a
So-
terrier?
I put a butterfly.
It's no, Jamie is correct. It's a hare, but it's listed as a
it's a
hare.
hare.
Oh, I can like picture it
So
jumping.
I said
around.
you had to
Yes,
be
that's what I
specific,
got.
but I'm going to change the rules for my wife, and she gets a point.
I thought it
You
was
don't have
a
to-
dolphin for a second.
I put a brown rabbit when you said be specific. I don't even
which
know
is-
if it was brown.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That is
What's the difference between a rabbit
specific.
and a hare? Can we have this discussion? Because I'm
Isn't it
that's
size?
because I put butterfly.
Isn't it the difference is size? Am I wrong there? Now I got to Google
Size.
it.
I think hares are bigger, but I think it's something more than just the size. Maybe hares have longer feet or longer hair.
Hares are generally longer and have longer legs and ears. They are born fully developed. So I guess it's different. I don't have to have a
painful.
I don't have to have a point for that. I did think otter first.
Well, I already put it your point,
Oh, okay.
so it's
I
dry
mean,
erase board, so I can't change it
I
now.
was closest.
All right.
Do you like that, Isaac?
When Dumbledore allows Harry to be abused by Umbridge, what is written on his hand?
You are just baiting us. Write it on my hand.
Oh, that would have been clever. I would have given you a bonus point for that.
That's the tattoo I'm gonna get. Just kidding. The back of my hand.
The rest of us would appreciate that.
I must not tell lies.
That is correct.
Same in my bad handwriting.
Boom.
All right. Next question. How many times must you walk or pass by the room of requirement with the thought in your head?
Ready?
Sorry. Yes.
Can't read your highlighter. 3.
3 times. That is correct.
All right.
Who overhears the prophecy and relays part of it to Voldemort?
You guys don't know this. You're kicked off of the podcast. I'm just saying.
I didn't know it.
Y'all
You
ready
can
for
still
this?
be a guest, though. It's okay.
Ready? I wrote Snape, obviously.
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 All right. Last question. Well, no, second to last question. Penultimate. What does Creature take from the Black family home after Sirius's death?
Creature takes it from the home. He removes something from the home.
Sirius's death.
I mean,
Ooh, I thought this would be an easy one.
I think you might have it wrong.
Are
he
you sure?
takes it, but I don't think he takes it after Sirius dies, if it's what I'm thinking of. Let's find
Let me-
out.
Let me double check.
He doesn't take what I have down. I know he doesn't take. But
How
it's
about
something I
hides?
think.
How about instead of takes, hide?
What does he have it
Oh.
after Sirius dies or
Ooh.
before Sirius dies? Because I'm hung up on that too.
I have it as after his death, and that's been verified here. We ready?
I put the locket.
Oh, I put the locket
Yep.
also as well.
It's the
Oh, it's
locket.
the
It is the locket.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, because then you take the locket. They found the locket when they're doing the cleaning, and then he takes it before it gets thrown out in the garbage. But that's before he dies, I think. Anyway, we all get a point, so it's fine.
You all get a point.
Well, me and Jamie are still tied. Mitchell's 1 point behind.
Before the final question, I have clarified that Harry attempts the password sherbet lemon in Goblet of Fire, but it is not it. Somebody comes up to the office and they come down, and because Dumbledore had been meeting with someone else. I can't find the reference to Cockroach Cluster, but that is what the Harry Potter Wikia says was a password in the Goblet of Fire.
Oh.
So I'm okay with nixing the question altogether, but I just think it was Cockroach Cluster, and it does say it on a couple things, but I can't find it in the actual book itself.
But did you actually write
Because I don't-
Cockroach Cluster? Because I
Yeah,
believe.
I did.
He did, yeah.
Oh, then you can give him a
Yeah, he
point.
did.
He did write it.
Take away my point.
All right, so
I don't like it.
that puts me
All
and
right.
Mitchell tied for first place, and Jamie
The
is 1
last,
point behind.
the
now.
last question, and this is an essay form question. Why did Dumbledore allow Harry to be abused under his watch? So, just kidding. I don't have any more questions. That last one was the last question. So,
Oh,
For
Sum
the
that one up,
greater
and
good.
it builds character.
for the greater
For the
good.
greater good. That's good.
do you really want to know why he allowed him to be abused? Well, he didn't know they were going to abuse him, first of all, but the only way he was protected under his mother's spell was to live with the Dursleys. Otherwise, he would have not been protected by the spell. He had to be with blood relatives. So that is why, Isaac.
So,
That's the Dursleys,
because
but what
the
about by
greatest,
Umbridge?
Well, he
so the
didn't have a choice.
greatest
A lot of kids
magician
were abused.
didn't know that?
For one, he's not a magician. For two, he lost control over Hogwarts. The ministry had taken over Hogwarts. And just like a couple generations before, kids were legitimately abused. Freaking Filch had shackles hanging up from a ceiling to hang kids from. It's just how they were.
Oh, the good old days, the shackles.
Okay. That's that.
It's true, though. Fascists took over. We can't blame Dumbledore too much for that one.
I think Stephen won.
So me and Mitchell tied for first on this one, which was important because Mitchell, didn't you lose last time and you had to redeem yourself?
I did.
So,
I had some redeeming to do, and that's why I felt like a little bit of a douchebag looking up the Cockroach Cluster thing, but I felt it in my bones.
I'm gonna.
And I'll look it up,
Okay.
and if Steven wins, then I will do an essay apology next time, but I'm pretty positive I'm right.
yeah, I want a 5-minute intro of just pure apology for Mitchell. If it turns out
Groveling.
I'm gonna reread that whole book.
you should. So last time Jamie won, right? And then this time me and Mitchell tied. So technically we're all tied going into. We'll do
Everybody's
this
a
again
winner.
after year 6 and 7. We'll do it again,
We'll have to do a tiebreaker
and
on that
we'll
one.
see who the tire is. Yeah. That'll be the final. Well, it'll be our newts test.
Our NEWTs.
Or NEWTs. Sorry.
I refuse to
I've
short.
never
So
said all the
Sherbert
letters
Lemon is the password when he goes with McGonagall in the first one.
in the first
Yeah,
book.
well, I found the page where he tries it, and it's when Crouch is going mad in the forest, and he runs up to the office. He tries Sherbet Lemon, and it doesn't work. And it's like, oh, it must have changed. And then somebody comes and lets him in. But I'm pretty sure at some other point, the wiki has said that in Goblet of Fire, Cockroach Cluster is it. Because remember, he's like shouting all the different words at the thing, and then it turns out to be Cockroach Cluster, and they're like, whoa.
Moody sees him with his eye through the door, and he said, "We're not alone." And then then they open the door to let him in. Anyway, this doesn't matter. Good job, Isaac. That was a good quiz.
Thanks for quizzing us again, Isaac. We'll see you in like 4 weeks, 3 weeks. No, it's going to be longer this time because we have to do both Deathly Hallows movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a minute.
Stretch it.
But we will be back.
I won't see you till then. I'm not going to look at you.
I'm staying upstairs.
Thanks,
Well, of
babe.
course, we hope more fun news comes along. Thanks, Isaac.
Bye.
Yeah, hopefully we get some more good news now that casting seems to be coming along. A lot of people think that they will do some promo stuff over Easter because the kids who they cast will be out of school. So they're thinking maybe that will be a good time for them to do some announcements, some promo, like some public appearances or some photo shoots before they release the information. So that could be quite soon. If they do, I don't know what to talk about when it's kids. It's just like if they make certain creative choices to change the character. Otherwise, it's like, yeah, that kid looks all right. Obviously, if they have acting experience, we can go back and see some stuff that they've been in. And there are still some adults to cast, but those are kind of the big adults have kind of been put into place. I think everyone's now excited for like Sirius and Lupin, but we're going to have, a couple seasons. Like Chamber of Secrets, you don't add that many adults.
I'm really curious for the Dursleys, and because they still haven't been cast right. And then, you get some other characters like I think Quirrell's another one people are talking about a lot. But I'm still holding out hope that we'll get to see some of those other teachers who don't pop up, until later in the books that we didn't know existed, like the astronomy and the Muggle studies teacher who we don't even know exists until book 7 when all of a sudden Charity Burbage pops out of nowhere. So
and
that'd be interesting just to have them around in the background. Yeah, and then
it would be nice.
Like,
but
you exist, and now you're.
They probably want bigger actors in some of those roles because they aren't committing to the whole timeline. Yeah. So they're not going to pay them to be in season 1.
Trelawney is like the big one that is there in book 1 because obviously all those Defense Against the Dark Arts teachers come later. Hagrid becomes a professor later. Grubbly Plank later. So it's like that is a chance to cast someone bigger, but they kind of do excuse it away with Trelawney as well. They're like, oh, she doesn't come down. She kind of stays up in her tower.
She hides in her tower.
But Quirrell's a chance to have like a really fun, interesting choice for an actor still.
A one-timer.
Yeah. That'll be cool. You think it'll be Cillian Murphy? Has that one been debunked yet?
I think it's clear that like people want him and he's been spoken to about something, but I don't know if he'll have the one movie time commitment, but Quirrell would be such a small role. They'd probably have to beef it up, which would feel weird. If anything, he would do Voldemort, which obviously increases over the books and never would be too much shooting time. But I still don't know if he has a interest in that sort of thing, but we'll see. That one has been, I'd say, as much rumored as fan casted. So you got to think that maybe someone's talked to somebody. I don't know. Yeah. Did you guys see Oppenheimer? Were you Oppenheimer fans?
I saw Oppenheimer. I liked it.
I never saw the Barbie half of Barbenheimer, but I liked Oppenheimer.
You never saw Barbie?
Oh, why do you hate women?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's a really funny, it's a straight comedy.
It's a good movie. You would enjoy it.
It's just never seemed like my wheelhouse. Maybe I'll go check it out one of these days.
Like you would legitimately like it.
You would like the references and the comedy to it. And there's just one America Ferrera monologue at the very end that I think sounds too much like her Superstore character. And it is quite a straightforward, like, feminist statement. But other than that, like,
it's not a feminist statement. It's just how women feel and are treated.
Yeah, it's in a way that men ignore, which I think is, but it is, and it's a statement of that, which would mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just said I don't think she should get an Oscar for it because I didn't think it was that good of acting, but it was a great statement overall. Facts. Anyway, it's a good movie. Period.
Put on my list.
All right. Next week, Half-Blood Prince. Maybe my favorite book. Maybe Jamie's favorite movie or second favorite movie. So a lot to look forward to. Another long book that has like a really good, intriguing mystery to it, and it's going to be tons of funzo.
Can I say something? I don't know if this is true or not, that Pierce Brosnan had interest in being Dumbledore.
Yeah.
And I kind of would love that. So that made me a little sad to think about.
What is Pierce Brosnan good in? Because I like him as a character and as an actor, but do I think that he has the emotional gravitas for it? Convince me.
James Bond?
Yeah, those were not the best James Bond films.
Seen Eurovision? A song?
You're not helping your case here, Jamie.
No, what's it called? The story of
when I saw the headline, I was like, but then I saw a picture of what he looks like now, like with the old like the white hair.
Looks
I was
wise,
like, he could pull that off. Yeah,
I think
I could see him making it work. Though
he was in. I saw a movie last week called Black Bag, which is like a Steven Soderbergh kind of like very tight 90-minute like spy. I don't even know if spy is even the right word, but like a little group, like a small cast thriller, and it's really fun, and he is good in it. I just don't know if I think he's got the serious gravitas for it. And I finished the Smartless interview with Lithgow today, of all days, and it gave me all the hope. I feel like he can do anything.
Even when he said Dumbledore's not going to be too much,
he's a little confused about the time commitment.
No, I don't think. But I think he meant it as like a strain on acting that he's not taking it as serious as I would hope, as serious as Gary Oldman would have.
Well, what he was saying is that essentially because of his Shakespearean roots, he can do what British people can do, and I believe him. Do I think?
I think he'll do good. I think he'll.
I honestly think he will be better than Gambon without a ton of effort. I don't think that's what he meant. Like, I think he's going to get into this character like he does get into characters.
Well, and I think because he mentioned doing a play, like, kind of around that time. So I think he meant, like, he could do other things while he's doing it.
I'm going to have to go see that play now.
I want to see, like, I keep thinking about Dumbledore talking, you know, like at the front of the Great Hall, but with his Lord Farquaad voice coming out. Oh. And I'm...
No, I didn't even think about that. You know I forgot that he was Lord
There could be.
I'm gonna put the video with Dumbledore with the audio of Lord Farquaad talking in the background, so you guys can understand what I'm visualizing and why I'm now concerned.
Put it on TikTok. Speaking of TikTok, give us a follow on TikTok and Instagram at HPTVPod, and you can email us at HPTVPodcast@gmail.com if you want to communicate. Thanks to everyone who comments and likes and follows and all those things. It's been a little bit of interaction, is very entertaining and very fun.
Yeah. Peace out, snitches. Sorry, Mitchie.
Bye.